Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back, baby. Another edition of Third Down Thursdays. I am the beloved Coach Bruce. The TDT crew will be joining us shortly. All right, we don't need to do this anymore. This jacket's getting a little, all right. Let's have some fun. All right, guys. So sorry I missed last week. Had some stuff going on, marketing things for work, but I'm back. Exciting times ahead. Good show planned ahead. The chaos will ensue. I know everything last week with Connor and the guys was boom by the books. Everything was amazing. That's what Connor does. Connor keeps me in line too. Let me tell you, Connor. I'll get a text on the side. Connor be like, dude, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. But the chaos is back. I am back. Let's have some fun. Tonight's show, we're going to be doing a little NFL mock draft. I know last time we did this, you guys, it was kind of chaotic. We took too long. There's things that were said. It was just pure utter insanity. Tonight's going to be a lot cleaner. We're actually using a different website because we want to have trades involved. And our goal is anywhere between 20 to 30 seconds. Yeah, I said that right. 20 to 30 seconds in between picks. Not in between, but during picks. So we're going to try to be quick about it, make a quick analysis about it, and say if we liked it, if we don't like it, why we picked that person, why we think that's a smart thing, and then move on. Because the NFL draft, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 weeks from tonight. And hopefully we're going to have some big news for you guys very, very soon with that regard at Green Bay, Lambeau Field, an iconic stadium, a team that I dislike, but that's a different story for a different time. All right, what else are we going to be talking about tonight? Well, we're going to do a quick little segment about the NCAA tournament that just ended. Florida SEC represented. Connor, I know you're in the background right now doing a pump fist like, yeah. But my team won. The team that I picked to win ended up winning, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Unfortunately, I still got third. It was one of my best brackets I've had in a very, very long time. We're going to talk a little bit about the meltdown with Duke. And it's kind of a little bit of a controversial take that we're gonna end up talking about with Cy. So we got a packed show. We got to start with what time is it? We're already at 7:03. We don't need to expand this any longer, guys. So let's just jump right into NCAA tournament. All right. The fact that we had all 4 1 seeds going into the tournament is honestly it's shocking. I think it was the first time since 2008 that's occurred. With that being said, I think that we're going to see a lot more of that during the course of the next years in the future. Yeah, you'll get your one-offs like my dad's the coach and I'm the best player, Cinderella type story. But you're not. I don't think you're going to see anything like you saw with Loyola Chicago years ago, VCU years ago. You're just not going to see that because now you got the big guys, the big ass horses, so to speak. The blue what's the saying, you guys? If someone pop it if you can think of it. The blue bloods. There you go. Thank you. You got the blue bloods like your Kansases, your Dukes, your North Carolinas, just the larger, dominantly like basketball schools that are able to throw money now at these young men. I almost said kids because they're not kids. At these young men and it's changing the form of basketball. It's changing the form of college basketball. Excuse me. Well, even the NBA. Like we could talk about that later. But it's amazing to me how much we won't see. I guess the biggest upset this year was what was it Arkansas? That was it. That was the what was caught Nice. It's Nice. What's that college, guys? Help me out here. Help me out. Anyone? Bueller. There you go. Thank you. I can't even see the screen, but I'm assuming those are right. Absolutely. But yeah, no, but again, I think that's the only school that we saw with a significant upset this year. I in the past, I was used to seeing teams like from like a 13 beating a 6 seed or 12 consistently 12 beating 5s and it was 13-4, wouldn't it be? But anyway, it's just disappointing. But I digress. Anyway, all 4 number 1 seeds ended up making it, which is fine because I think we had the top 8 teams according to I can't remember the exact stat, but like basically like advanced analytics said that the top 8 teams scoring and defense and everything were all the teams that were in the Elite 8, which is, I guess, it's fine. But there's times where I kind of want to see that just Cinderella story. All right, and I know we were going to talk about this. And Sai, if you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. But I want to kind of touch on Duke's epic.
Hi guys.
Hi Sai. I want to touch on Duke's epic loss to Houston. They were, I guess they went without. They only had 1 field goal in like 7-8 minutes. They had within that time frame also like I think they had a ridiculous amount of turnovers. I think they had 8 turnovers in like 4 minutes or something ridiculous like that too. In addition to that, Cooper Flag had the chance to win the game about an 8 to 10 foot fadeaway jumper. And unfortunately, he came up short. In my opinion, I actually think Cooper Flag won Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
He's
one of the best college players in recent history.
I would say ever, honestly. The guy was 17 years old when the season started. The fact that you had a 17-year-old dominating the way he did is just it's unparalleled. All right, but here's where I'm kind of confused on. So John Shire, I think is a great coach. With all due respect to John Shire, I think he's a great coach. He was a great Dookie. He was a great Glenbard player in high school. However, I just think that situation towards the end of that basketball game could have been handled a little bit better. I don't like the isolation that they ran for Cooper Flag. I would rather have done something with a screen roll option and having Cooper Flag being the guy running that screen roll. And I get it. It's an isolation game of basketball that we play now, but I really do like the 2-man game involved. Disappointed. I think Cooper Flag obviously does go to the NBA, but I think that was a very disappointing way to end a ridiculous college career.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Like you look at the stat line. He dropped 27 points. Like he was shot 75% from 3, perfect from the shady stripe. Like Cooper Flag had one of his best games of the tournament in that Final Four game against Houston. But then you look at how that team, which was supposed to be the odds-on favorite, like everybody's betting on Cooper Flag, like one of the best players ever. His supporting cast, a couple of other true freshmen, a couple of vets were like the team was built for a deep run. And they had that deep run, but when your defense falls apart, especially that quick, when your offense doesn't have shots falling, and when your captain, basically in Cooper Flag, when the ball is in his hands and when he's not scoring, when he is not doing his job, nobody else in that team can do their job. Everything flows through Cooper Flag. When he's off, the rest of the team is off. And you saw in those last few minutes of that Houston versus Duke game. So, I mean, I said in our group chat earlier, I was like, Cooper fraud flag ?
Yeah.
And those last minutes, even myself, I think I could have hooped better than him. And I'm telling you right now, last time I played professional basketball was in 5th grade. Last time I played freshman basketball was in 5th grade. But in those moments, even on myself, I feel I could have done better. But
you gotta chill there. You gotta pump the brakes a little there, honestly.
Hey now. But nonetheless said, he's going to the NBA. He's the number one overall pick. There's a reason why a lot of teams, including your own Chicago Bulls, for a while, are trying to tank because they want Cooper Flag. He is going to change the trajectory of an NBA franchise. It just really sucks that the last little bit of his college experience, you have that bad taste in your mouth.
So I'm gonna jump off this real quick. Defensively for them, they were fine. Like they were fine defensively, honestly. However, Houston, on the other hand, defensively is one of the best defensive teams in the nation. And I think that affected other players around Cooper Flag. So I pull up the stats for the game, and overall, the team shot from the field 39%. Cooper Flag, however, shot 42% himself. I think he played fine. He was able to do the things that he was supposed to do in that game and be a representative of that Duke, I almost said franchise, but of that Duke program. But I think some of the other guys around him weren't able to perform to the standards of Duke basketball. Because Houston, all credit to Houston for this game, because they played absolute lights out defense, and that's what they do the entire time. Basically, it was a situation where, all right, Cooper Flag's going to score his points. We're going to lock everyone else down.
And 27 was not enough in this case.
No, not at all. And then, let's see, we got the Florida. Hold on, I got to pull that up. I can't remember off the top of my head who they played. It was Duke, Houston, Florida, and
I don't know why I'm blanking. I don't know why I'm blanking right now. But
this is what happens when I didn't have my laptop ready to go.
Auburn.
Thank you. The overall number one seed.
Yeah, the actual best team. What are we talking about? Forgetting like an SEC team doesn't exist.
Okay, but
silly us.
Yeah, but let's relax with Auburn. Let's relax with Auburn too, though, because while albeit they had their absolute historically best season of their whole entire being, I just don't really. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you about any players on that team. I'm not even kidding. Like I can't even just sit here and like name anybody. I watched the game.
I can tell you Johnny Broom, because he's also going to go to the league and he's also going to be great. But I mean, you had some 25-year-old the team. I mean, yeah, am I a full college basketball watcher? When it comes to SEC, not really. But I mean, you're not wrong. It's a very, very veteran team. Auburn's the definition of, hey, you want to see what NIL can do? Look at the age of our roster. Don't think a single player was under the age of 23. Like, it's old. Experience. And experience matters.
Here we go. No, all right. So I just found that game's box score. So here we go to not Houston, but go to Auburn real quick. All right, so who are you talking about? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they got that too.
Number 4, Janai Broom. This is the only player that I actually knew something before the season started about, because he was one of the big transfers of last year's whole NIL.
I mean, he played well. He played pretty well. Chad Baker and Mazzaro played.
Who's 25? If the papers are right.
If the papers are right.
If the papers are real, he is 25 going on 26. But hey,
Hey man, grown man amongst boys, right? Grown man amongst boys.
Average age is higher than some NBA teams, but hey, NIL money. But the NIL money had to be good.
Well, not only that, but you also still have I think you still have super seniors that are in there from the COVID years. So you still have the
As do a lot of these teams that made a deep run.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So
Mid majors can't get no happiness no more.
all right, so I'm gonna jump to Florida real quick.
Mhm.
So can I talk about my boy, the guy that was hitting shots and shooting a little Curry-esque? Do you know what I'm talking about over there, Si?
Let me know.
Walter Clayton
That guy, stud.
hitting threes like he was Steph Curry, hitting like off of screens, coming off of double highs. That guy was just doing some absolute work. And honestly, he probably played the best basketball of his entire career. His draft stock. So we're going to talk about like the NFL draft shortly, but his draft stock suddenly skyrocketed because of this tournament. Like he took leadership. He was able to hit big shots, and he was able to look just like an absolute freaking stud. But best player out there. It would have been fun to see Florida and Duke play each other. To have Cooper Flag and him go at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think they would have guarded each other, but it would have been cool to see them go like bucket for bucket. That would have been a fun matchup that we were kind of robbed of.
You are not wrong. Dropping 34 against Auburn, like, come on. Put the team on your back real quick. Like, what? That's just monster.
What did he do again? How many points did he have again? He didn't shoot particularly well against.
Yeah, he only had 11 against Houston. Like, he shot 14% from three.
He shot 3 for 10 from the field.
But then you look at the underlying numbers, and I see 5 rebounds, 7 assists, got a steal, got a block.
Only 3 turnovers. Which
he said, don't score, gotcha. Give it to my boys. Let them do the work.
And I'm going to emphasize the turnovers, though, the lack thereof, I should say, against a team like Houston, as I talked about earlier, being one of the best defensive teams in the nation, if not the best defensive team in the nation.
Crazy.
So that game, honestly, though, was it was fun to watch. Florida was down by, what was it? I think 12 at one point. It was like one of the third largest comeback in national championship history. And dude, it was I don't know if you wait, you're not even allowed to bet. Wait, are you allowed? Yeah, you are.
I am. Yes, bro. I can bet. We can bet.
No, I didn't know if it was because you're in Texas.
Nah, it's good in Texas. You can bet.
So yeah, man, as soon as they were down by 12, 10, I was like, you know what? Whatever. Might as well see what happened. I threw some money down. Got I mean, not a lot, but we
enough to do something.
No, enough to buy me like a 6-pack of beer or something. You know?
And that's all that matters these days.
That's all that. Yeah, right. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters these days.
That's awesome. But you know what? Real quick, I just saw this right now too. What were your thoughts? You watched the game, right?
I was at work, so I didn't get to watch as much as I want to. I know. It's upsetting. I know.
Did you read about it or anything?
Oh yeah, I saw the highlights.
Okay, so did you see any of the stuff with the referees?
I don't want to get into that. I
don't want
to get into that.
I'm gonna try to be as
level-headed,
kind as I possibly can about this.
Cool, because I'm not going to. Continue.
Athletes are getting faster. Athletes are getting more skilled. The court is shrinking from that perspective of athletes being faster, bigger, faster, and stronger. So the court's going to be smaller, so to speak. It's not, but I just think that they need to have referees that are a little bit better and more consistent, for lack of a better way to put it. I think that the replay system needs to change also, because with a minute left in the game, having to stop a game for multiple times is giving teams timeouts that they shouldn't have. Like I get you want to get, and I get that you want to get everything right because betting is involved and money is everywhere with it. I just don't think from a pure purity of the game standpoint, I know this is like basically old man yelling at a cloud right now. I would much rather it be a consistently called game. And if the human element of missing a call is there, just let it be and stop with just the bullshit of all of it.
Let him play.
Let them play. That's it. I thought you were gonna be.
Nah. I don't need. We don't. I'm just responding to what you were just talking about. Just let him play.
Exactly.
These
nuts.
We call it a ref job, and why? Just hear me out. Why are we having this on the biggest stage of the game, where you have the most eyes on your sport out of the whole entire year? Why are you letting the refs control the game? Yes, they're there to moderate, but they're not there to directly interfere. Let them play. If they miss a call, oh well, they missed a call. Just play.
And I think we get this from any game though, but from any large game on a grand scale though. We're gonna see this. We saw it in the Super Bowl. We'll see it. Right, exactly. It is the biggest stage for refs too. They get a nice little stipend off that. But we're gonna see it in the NBA Finals. We're gonna see it missed calls from umps in the World Series. I mean, not anymore. Well, not from Angel Hernandez because his ass is gone. But
thank God.
But I just think that, and I totally get what you're saying, but I almost want it to be less restrictive to the players. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's probably the best way to put it. Don't. I don't want to say don't call violations and stuff like that. That's not what I'm getting at, because
just be a little more lenient.
Be a little bit more lenient, I guess, with the fouls and things like that. Let the tempers flare a little bit. Let's meat head it up somewhat, and let's have some fun.
Perfect.
Perfect.
No notes. Perfect.
No, that's awesome.
None. No notes. Funny. That was perfect.
Hey, that's funny. I got it's funny you say no notes, because I was gonna talk about, and I totally forgot. I didn't bring it up to the guys or anything like that in the group chat. I should have, but about talking about the Masters today, and I didn't. I had it on in the background all day, but I was working, and I had my daughter, so it made it a little difficult for me to kind of focus on it and have a consistent thought on all of it. But man, can I just say real quick? I'm sorry, Connor. We spent at least a good 15, 20 minutes. That was a good time frame for not being completely off topic, dog. He's totally upset.
On the ball today. I'll leave him. It's fine. Just keep talking.
No, so can I just say that watching the Masters and having that on in April, and that the warmer months are ahead now, you're seeing it's just comforting, and you hear Jim Nance take over. Hello, friends, and you're hello, friend. For me, that's Mr. Rogers.
Welcome back. I needed this.
Right. Dude, and that's me hearing I said, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood pop out of nowhere, or the what's his face, the artist, let's add a little tree here. Let's
Bob Ross.
Yeah, thank you. I always forget his name. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Jim Nance is that for the Masters. He's that soothing, calm voice. And you're yeah, everything is going to be all right. And suddenly you think you're good at golf too. And you think you could go out and start golfing right now and be a freaking stud.
Let me go shoot 65 real quick. I got us.
65. Yeah, the front nine, right? But yeah, man, no, it was
the first four, not even the front nine. The first four.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Here, real quick,
humble yourself. I'm not a good golfer.
One last little part, because I like I said, I want to try to get to the mock draft as fast as possible, so that way we don't run over. Is Kenny in the background, by the way?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, everybody's ready.
Everybody's ready. I like it. So one of the last things though I'm going to touch on before I end up changing and we go back into our regularly scheduled
program. Too much basketball talk. We gotta go back to the football.
Yeah, right.
Now we're talking about golf. Come on.
I love golf.
What are we doing,
bro? So I golfed. So this is the last one. The last weekend on Sunday.
Last one.
Genuinely last one. So last Sunday, I went golfing with a buddy of mine. Not actual golfing, but we just went to the range. I totally fixed my drive. Not slicing whatsoever anymore. I had a carry on one of 278 yards.
Put him out there. He's ready.
And then and then it rolled to 313.
Put him out there. Put him in the
I
amateur.
don't know
He's
how
ready.
accurate. I don't know how accurate their setup is, though. Let's be honest.
Don't worry about how accurate it is. You see
But,
the number, that's what you take.
Those numbers, he saw those numbers, and he pointed. He's like, Bruce. So I was like, what's up? He's like, holy shit. And he pointed, and I was like,
it's like over there.
I blasted it too. I felt it. That was great. And the one guy actually was like, what kind of club is that? I'm like, my driver?
What else?
Right?
It's like, no, dog. It's a 5-iron, actually. Sorry.
That's my putter. I use my putter. It's my putter. It's got a slight
That's my sandwich. You didn't know it could do this.
Just crush. But all right. So real quick, before we transition, it's about time for us to. You know what you're gonna need. You know what you're gonna need, Si.
What am I gonna need?
When you're packing your clubs in your vehicle.
Oh. What am I
Good
gonna need?
homeowners insurance.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Stepney at 704-464-4544, let him know at TDT Media Third Down Thursdays, Coach Bruce, Cy, Connor, Kenny, freaking everybody. Jack, anyone, MJ, maybe. Stepney.
Not that guy.
Also have make sure you tell Jeff to tell Connor to change the scroll at the bottom every once in a while to not pub his show the whole time. Anyways.
Nice one.
I love it. Hey, but in all seriousness, now it's time to start the fun, okay? We're Connor, if you want to jump on, you're more than welcome to. But Connor, in the background, give me a thumbs up if you have the website, you're able to share everything. We good? Si?
He said, which I'm assuming means wait. So we got to give him a second.
Didn't you get my text message, dog?
Right.
All right,
Who knows? With
that being said, let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend himself. I actually like calling him the bearded wonder. One of the smartest offense and defensive linemen that I've ever met, and probably one of the most attractive too.
Woo!
Coach Kenny, what up, Coach Kenny? Let's go.
How's it going, boys? Yeah.
Hey, nice Yankee hat, Kenny.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You guys are ridiculous.
I wore it this week for him too. Nobody knew it besides me.
Right.
I had a feeling.
Appreciate
I
you,
had a
Sky.
feeling. Hey,
You guys
doesn't
are
even have
ridiculous.
The Sox are the worst team in the Major League Baseball, so I'm already off that train.
The Cardinals are the close seconds. So
Dude,
we'll rip any
who was
team up.
Who was rounding third? Oh my God, who was it again?
I got this one.
Topman?
Cubs legend and Bradley Braves legend, Mike Tauchman.
Topman, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, you're in Cleveland. It's crazy cold out. He just got off the injured or DL or injured, whatever the hell it's called, Major League Baseball. And
Got it.
you keep him at second base thinking that he's going to be okay when you know it's cold out, when you know it's a tying run. Why wouldn't you pinch run there?
Because the Sox are morons. I mean,
I was totally expecting like a more like thought out, like
analytical approach to it. Nope, the White Sox are just idiots when they come to things. You know,
Wow.
you have
They're
Moneyball.
behind the curve. Ask
Yeah.
Dan Slim. He publicly put them on blast today. They're behind the curve.
They
Are we
are.
shocked? No.
They're-
We're not behind the curve on. They got a good milkshake. About it.
Yeah, their concession stands have been on point since about 1993. The rest of the organization is in shambles. It is disgusting.
Nothing.
They're behind on analytics. They're behind on training staff.
they have no analytic team.
Exactly.
Well, you know what's crazy is like it's
How
like
can you be behind if you haven't even started? You
like,
can't.
only
can't
somewhere
even-
to go from there.
I don't even want to say this, but because I don't want to come like tangent, but like the Reinsdorf like ownership group family are just ridiculous. They like the Bulls. You know, the Bulls had the smallest analytic scouting front office in all of NBA, all of the NBA until Arturas Karmanovich came in.
Yeah, I mean, I heard something about that. It's all Chicago sports, really. But yeah, the Reinsdorf family. Well, Jerry specifically, he doesn't want to spend money. He wants mediocrity. He wants you to be competing for that 7-8 seed for basketball and the wild card slot for baseball, enough to put some fans in the seats. And that's
His
all
money
he's looking
makers
for.
are Bulls, dude. His money makers are Bulls.
Yeah, he's hemorrhaging money on the White Sox because you look in those stands, and even the White Sox are, when they're good, they're not filling that stand. They just aren't.
No.
It was 2005, they were selling out games, but it took about half the season to get there. And 2006, because they were making that short playoff run in 06, they were selling out. But past that, they don't fill the stands. That's a 35,000 seat stadium. You're getting maybe 15.
Not even.
Not even. I'm just saying, like a season average, you're probably getting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There will easily be days where there just 2,000 in there on Tuesday night when they play the Twins. Like, no one wants to see that.
Get the Royals. Yeah, it's terrible.
So, actually, this is perfect. Since is Connor still looking setting stuff up back there?
Yeah, he's locked in.
All right, hold on. One more thing. I got one more thing on this, then we can jump in the NFL draft. So did you guys hear, or kind of more specifically, did you hear about the Arlington Heights mayor wanting to negotiate and talk with White Sox staff about bringing the White Sox to Arlington Heights with the Bears?
I heard something about that. I think that's a shame.
What'd you say? I can't hear you.
I think it's a shame. I think it's dumb. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree. It'll completely change the dynamic of White Sox baseball, even Cubs baseball. Like honestly, I think it would change Cubs baseball too.
Right. Yeah. I think it's a bad move overall, and I guess the Arlington Heights mayor said something about it, but I would venture a guess that it's just Reinsdorf still pushing for a new stadium down on the south side or in that 77 neighborhood or whatever it's 78 neighborhood, whatever it's supposed to be. I think everything's a big game for Reinsdorf trying to get to secure the right deal because he pulled this back in the 90s when they got the new ballpark. That's the same blueprint. It's all smoke and mirrors. What I'm more interested in is seeing if the Bengals will actually move from Cincinnati to Arlington Heights.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I heard you didn't hear about that. I heard a rumor that
the
Bengals are upset with their stadium deal.
I've not heard this.
Yeah, the Bengals are upset with their stadium deal and have supposedly been in talks about moving the team to Chicago.
Dude, could you imagine if they go to like Soldier Field?
No. It's supposed to be what I heard was they're planning a similar deal to like the Chargers and the Rams, where they would both teams would occupy the Arlington Heights Stadium.
What?
And the Bengals would be tenants. Yeah.
Where'd you hear this?
I'll look it up.
They're not going to get fans in that stadium. What? That's Bears country. You can't do that.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious, though.
You can't do. Tiger, bear, it's basically the same animal too. You can't do this. You can't do this.
It's a different animal.
Close enough. At least a charger and a ram are different. Bears and tigers are still similar.
No.
Let my logic play out. Okay? No. The answer is no.
NBC Sports.
Go to a different city. Go to Nashville. Go to somewhere. Go share the stadium with the Titans. Stay away from Chicago.
Bengals are less than 3 months away from the final countdown to the expiration of their lease at Paycor Stadium, what used to be Jim Brown Stadium.
You said NBC Sports?
Yep.
Cincinnati?
I'm just seeing NBC Sports.
So it's not like a regional or anything?
No. Mike Florio, published on April 5th.
Mike Florio, yeah.
How
come I didn't see this?
He's more hypothesizing, but I had heard that this was an actual, like, the ownership group of the Bengals had reached out to Arlington Heights and the Bears, is what I had heard.
Okay, so that'd be kind of all right. That'd be scary because the Bears have like that. The Bears actually do have a clause, in with Chicago and whatever, that no team can get into a certain radius around like the Chicago Bears area. So I'm actually really interested to see what pans out. All right, we got to jump off. We got to get to the draft.
Gotta go.
Let's shelf this though. Connor, please remind me about this next week because I would love to talk about this a little bit more.
Put it in a show.
This would be really good. All right.
Bookmark.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now we bring on the main man, the myth, the legend himself. The main man, the myth, the legend himself, the host of the breakdown with Nate Ness, Connor Davis. Woo! You coming in?
Davey.
Sorry, I had to figure it out.
Davey.
All right, let's see if this works. Can you see this?
Yeah, we're good.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, you can see the draft.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's
Look
go.
at him.
Okay,
look
I
at
figured
him.
it out. Sorry, guys.
You figured it out.
Okay, we
Yeah,
got 25.
took
We
me a
got
minute.
25 minutes. We got 25 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so we're only doing one round. We're only doing the first round.
Yes, first round. I think this
Which
pick's
trade
very
did
easy.
he- Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam. Agree. They need.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They need
Cameron Ward, to be exact.
This is probably one of the hardest picks.
Hold up.
It is.
If they're smart, I think they go Travis Hunter.
I think
I
you
don't
have
think
to go
I'd-
offense here.
I don't think they're smart. I think they're just going to go Dual Carter off the board. Pair him with Myles Garrett, win in the trenches.
I think you either go Shador or Travis here.
I think
I'm
Shador. I think
I'm
I'm
leaning
going.
more towards Shador.
I'm going Travis. I'm going Travis.
Travis.
I think
That's what I want.
Travis.
Let's go Travis. Bang.
But I see the case for Shador, but
Well, I think Shador's dropping.
he is. I think
If
dropped
he
out of
does
the
not
top
go
10.
2, he's dropping.
All right, Giants.
Because he will not go 3.
They
I'm
need
telling you,
everything.
the amount of research I've gone on this pick, he will not go 3
No.
if he's available.
He's not.
See,
So what are
okay.
y'all thinking?
This is what you were just thinking right now, or you're talking about right now, right? Wow, Shador Sanders not going to the Giants here.
Right.
He won't. There's no way. This is a prove it year for Russ. They're going to see what they have in him.
It wasn't
If
last
they
year,
don't,
previous year?
they just reset. No, Russ just signed a contract with the Giants.
No, I know. I'm saying, but wasn't
last year the
Oh,
previous
for
year.
the
in
Steelers?
Pittsburgh. Yeah,
In
that's-
a
I was
way,
just-
that was
just gonna
Dude,
say-
you know what it is?
I didn't.
What Russell Wilson right now currently is, he's that veteran quarterback that's on the tail end of his career that's going to be bouncing around the teams that are desperate.
Yeah,
Uh,
it'll be Aaron Rodgers too, if he doesn't.
Yeah,
retire
agreed.
flat out.
I don't even think Aaron Rodgers is going to play this year.
He might
Nah,
take a
kid-
year off.
The kid's going to retire.
right.
I hope he
I
goes
like-
to Minnesota.
Yeah, dude, you're such a dick.
This one,
The art.
I do not see this pick.
No,
How
Wait,
do
wait.
you fit Abdul Carter in this defense?
I don't think you do. You do with Thibodeau there.
Well, this might be where we get a
Thibodeau
trade.
and Brian Burns.
We get a
They're on
trade.
either
True.
side.
True.
You could trade here,
I say-
or you
I
could
say-
go.
I'm trading here.
I was thinking either trade or Mason Graham myself.
See, that's what I was at too, Kenny. But I'm trading here
I like
Y'all
the
want to trade?
Who are we trading with?
because there's okay. So we need
So-
to. Or, go ahead.
Who is the player that somebody's going to trade up to 3 to acquire? Is it someone like Shador?
Raiders.
Is it
3,
Abdul
Shador.
Carter?
I think somebody would trade up to 3 to get Carter.
Say. So who needs a pass rush?
The Jaguars were 28th in sacks last year.
There you go.
Yeah, that's kind of. I was thinking Jaguars could trade up, or even.
I was thinking the Jets could even do it.
I have a plot twist. Do y'all think the 49ers could trade up for Abdul?
From 11, they'd have to give a lot.
Yeah, and I don't
Would
think
have-
John
they
Lynch
would have-
does that. I don't think
He really doesn't. He likes
he's
his
really
mixes with
savvy.
picks.
He's really savvy when it comes to the draft, and he's a silent assassin in that. So I don't think he moves up to.
I don't
3 for
think
that.
you trade here. I think you take that guy right there.
Mason Graham.
And I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
don't
what the
think you
Giants would
trade.
do.
I'm okay with
I think
that.
That's what
Let's
you
go.
do.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm
Let's
okay
do
with
it.
that. If Abdul Carter drops this far, it's fucking dumb. Sorry.
So now,
He,
If
he
he-
should.
if-
But
Yeah,
it's
okay.
not because it's not.
The
He's not
Patriots-
needed.
The Patriots are definitely taking him.
best available makes sense. It's
You
not
could
a
be- I-
Yeah, probably.
The Patriots are
it's lit.
definitely taking him. It's either
We're going
they're
Abdul.
taking they're
Yeah.
either taking a pass rush. Forgive me if I'm wrong, Jack. They're either taking a pass
Yep.
rush, or they're taking a freaking tackle.
Oh, really? I thought they might go cornerback in that, but
Oh, that's fair too. Good call.
Short arms,
Travis
Will Campbell.
no, I think the Patriot. I think if Abdul Carter drops to 4, I think the Patriots jump on
I
it.
think
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that what we're going with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
All
nobody
right.
trades the Giants for 3, then Carter goes to the Patriots without a doubt. In my head,
This one's difficult.
super difficult.
I think Jags trade down.
You
Okay.
could trade out, or you could get
Trade
this
trade
guy.
to 12. Trade to 12.
How are the Jaguars? How are the Jaguars pass protection last year though?
They could use help. They're honest. They're in theory they are okay on the outside. They really like Mason Graham, but if Mason Graham's off the board here, it makes a lot of sense to trade down and stack up more picks. And there is a team in theory that could trade up to either take Shadur or to take Mr. Genty.
Why
I
would
think
you?
that team is the Dallas Cowboys.
Why
I
would
was
you
thinking
trade back?
Would the Bears trade up to 5 to get Genty, knowing that the Raiders might want him?
There's a possibility of that.
There's a
happening.
possibility
I
for
can
that.
see
Because
that.
the Bears have quite a few picks, not as much as they've had in previous seasons.
They
but
give the second round 41 and their own 10th pick to trade up to 5 to get Genty.
Is that what you want?
I
mean, I think
I don't hate it.
Bears to 5.
I don't hate it.
I think that's a bit of a stretch, but
That's
it
what
is
this
what I
I'm not
propose.
saying that's what I want.
That's what this mock is for.
It's a mock draft. You gotta have
I
fun
want the
with
Cowboys
it.
to trade up to take.
That's
to take
fair. Whatever, just do it.
But
Is that what you want?
Let's do
hey,
it.
let's go, Chicago
Sure,
Bears,
do
baby,
it.
straight
do
up,
it.
Chicago Bears, baby.
Okay, I think you have to do the team that wants it first.
You got 20 minutes. Let's go.
Yep. 10, 5, and then
I'm gonna give them the freaking picks because we're not gonna use them. Okay.
Wait, what? You think? Oh, yeah, that's true. Fair.
I
So Genty.
yes. Raiders take Shadur Sanders.
100%. If that's the
If
best
he is
available
there
left.
at 6 and Genty's not, this is the only way
I don't
that
know. I'm kind of torn here. I could see T-Mac going.
I was
6.
about to say that, Connor. Get out of my head.
Hey,
bro.
hold on.
I could see him going. They don't have that guy.
They don't have anyone.
They got Jacoby Myers.
They have Jacoby Myers, but he's
And
not.
they have-
But
He's
would they
not
go
Ted
for
They have
Orgeron.
Bowers,
They
they have Bowers too.
They have Bowers. Dude, if they add him,
Can Tet pair well with Bowers? If the question's yes, I think you go on. If you want
I kinda
Bowers
like
to get a
it.
better QB to throw to him, go Shadur.
Who else do the I usually look at the depth chart, but I'm
Could they
sharing
use
my
help
screen.
at linebacker, Walker?
I don't think
oh
Jalen
yeah,
Walker
that's
goes.
true too.
No, I don't think you go defense here. I don't think you're in the
I
I
position.
need
feel
so much
unless you
help
get
on
a,
offense.
I
but you
guess
have to-
unless you get a corner,
like,
but
What are the Raiders going to do? The Raiders are going to be the Raiders, and they're going to go after the flashy pick. They're not necessarily going to go after.
Sure.
So-
That's why I don't think McMillan out of Arizona is the guy.
We're overlooking. We're overanalyzing this. I think because they just got Geno Smith. I think that's a fairly competent quarterback.
they just extended the contract they signed him to
True.
as well.
So I would say
Okay.
I would either say they go wide receiver or defense here.
I like T-Mac at this pick.
Go T-Mac then.
Okay.
I'm
If we're
fine
all
with
in
that.
agreement, I'll go on. it.
Word, T-Mac. Word.
I think it's a miss at that, but yeah.
We
Will
got to
Campbell?
think like the team, right?
Right.
I'm not
Well, that's what I was.
Thinking
what I
who
was
want
suggesting.
6.
That's what I was
the
suggesting. with
Jets.
Walker.
I'm thinking this guy right here.
Membo.
Yeah, Mimbow.
Yeah.
Membo.
I
They
think
need
he's
help.
the best. After like everything was said and done, I think he's the best tackle in this draft.
You know what? I'm
Any-
actually.
Here,
I'm not mad about that, but I think Will Campbell's actually going to be a pretty damn good tackle in the NFL.
I think Will Campbell falls, to be honest.
No, he goes top 10.
Mm-mm.
I think he
I
goes
don't
top
think so.
15. I don't know if that's necessarily falling. I definitely don't think he drops out of the top 15.
I think
But
he goes in top. 15.
Either way, this class is pretty loaded with offensive linemen. Like you have a lot
True.
of prospects at offensive line. So if a team gets lucky and they start dropping, that's even better. Because right now, some of these picks in the top 6 are kind of reaches. Like Mason Graham's a good fit for the Giants, but that might be a reach at defensive tackle. So I think
He's
that
saying that because he went to Michigan.
well, yeah, that too. But I also Yeah, that's my bias. But also, I think
Look past that.
I
Look
still
past
think
the
I still
bias.
think it's a reach at 3. That's all. I'm just saying.
Like a
I think-
one-pick reach?
like a 4-pick reach. I think he's top 10. I don't think he's top 5. Is my opinion. And I'll give him that. Even as a player from that team up north, I think he's a top 10 player. I give him that. He's able to stop the run. I like him. But with these reaches, I think you have later mid-round and late first, early second. You have a lot of offensive linemen available. So, but yeah,
I think you go Mimbo.
I'd go Mimbo here.
Let's go, Memba.
What do y'all
That's fine.
think? Okay.
Memba.
That's fine. Sorry, I was watching the drama in the basketball game. Panthers.
All
Jalen
right.
Walker.
They don't need a linebacker. And he is not the type of guy that's going to play edge. He didn't play edge in college. Why are we trying to – I hate this. People are trying to put players where they did not play in college.
True.
And half the time it doesn't work. Jalen Walker will not play
NFL,
edge
though. They do
in
that
the
all
NFL.
the time.
Yeah, they do it all the time, but not with the prospect like Jalen Walker.
True.
I like, and I've done this in my mock drafts. I love James Pierce Jr. at this pick because I think he's a perfect scheme fit for the Panthers. They both run a base 3-4, and he would just be able to come in and play some football. But it's up to y'all. That's just my opinion.
Hey, you talked me into it. I kind of like that idea.
Wait, who is it? Sorry.
James Pierce Jr. That's what I have in mind.
Oh, the freaking
The Tennessee.
The Tennessee edge. I mean, I don't know about it.
I'm not. No, they need edge. They need edge.
They need his edge.
It's a perfect scheme fit. All he's got to do is come in, learn the same defense, and he's a Carolina Panther. But it is up to y'all.
I'm 100% in agreement with Connor on this one.
I think he's the second best edge in this draft class, especially after he ran a 4.45.
Would you say you like edging?
Especially after he ran a 4.45.
Oh, got it. My bad.
Is that where we're going?
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's the edge rush from Marshall? Pierce? Is it Pierce?
Mike Green.
Mike Green. Stud.
Dude,
Now,
I think he'd be really good.
We just did a segment Tuesday about this pick. And I'm telling you exactly how Mickey Loomis is thinking. I had to use half my brain Tuesday. He's going to pick
corner.
Oh, if Will Johnson's available, maybe.
Yep.
But you got to think like Mickey Loomis. He's going to pick this guy right.
I was going to say, he's going to pick Shamar.
He's going to pick an edge that he can bring on the inside as well because Shamar Stewart did that in college. We don't have an inside person. And we signed Chase Young to a bunch of money.
Y'all need a corner, man.
Cameron Jordan's still there.
They keep losing corners, right?
Yeah,
Lattimore's gone now too.
Yeah,
Lattimore's gone.
Got traded last year.
I think you do go Will Johnson here. But if I'm thinking like Mickey Loomis, I think he drafts Shamar Stewart. But that's just me. If he drafts Will Johnson,
that's how a player's got to be.
I would.
We're not. I don't
that.
think we think like Mickey Loomis here. I think we think with our
It's
collective
up to y'all.
brains.
You think how you want to think. If you want me to go Will
like
Johnson,
Mr.
I'll
Will
draft Will Johnson.
I think it's Will Johnson if he's available.
I'm going Will
at 9.
Johnson.
Okay.
He's available at 9.
If they get Will Johnson here, Connor, your ass better send me a freaking eggplant pick. He's gonna be so happy. He's gonna be like,
I
"Yeah,
hope they pick Will Johnson." Okay. Now we're still at the same. Are you in position to go tight end here?
Yes.
If you're Jacksonville,
Tyler
And
Warren.
You do
They
not.
need
Jaguars do not
help.
have a tight end. And Tyler Warren can do a little bit of everything. With an offensive mind like Liam Cohen,
I'm going Tyler Warren here.
this is the weapon. This is
Tyler
somebody
Warren.
who, this is
Yeah.
somebody who will go into that locker room and just be him and make the team better.
For sure.
Ooh, they need everything here.
Will Campbell at 11.
Will Campbell.
You think
Get
so?
They need help on
Why?
that O-line bad. They need help on the O-line.
I could also see Walker though. They've been losing
I
linebackers
think
too.
you have to go defense here.
Oh.
That's why I'm saying
I
Walker.
think you have to go defense. Look at this. Even the thing's telling us to go defense.
Yeah, and even that, their first offensive line position in need is guard, and you're not plugging Campbell back into guard. I don't think.
But who do you take here?
I would take Walker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jalen Walker.
How are they going to use Walker?
I don't think Walker's the fit. I think
I don't know if he's a fit for their scheme. That's the thing. How are they going to use him?
I think they're moving. They might like. So they have Bosa obviously. Then who's
They have
No.
Fred
Leonard-
Warner in the
they have
second level.
Leonard Floyd.
So Walker to the inside.
Yeah, I would.
Mike Green at high key. could be a good-
Inside Walker, inside what? Lineman?
Linebacker.
They have an
No,
inside
but-
linebacker. What is
No,
their
is it-
defensive scheme? Do they run a
I would go
3-4?
down, dude. I'm putting up
okay,
8
so who's their middle linebacker right now?
Fred Warner, one of the best in the league.
I
in
thought.
the league.
Wait, no, I thought Fred Warner was gone.
No. Why would they get rid of their best defensive player?
I'm putting A. All right. I'm putting Walker's hands in the
Okay,
dirt and
okay.
defending him.
It's up to y'all. I don't know what scheme they run because I don't. I
I'm
can't
on
look it up
Walker.
because I'm sharing my screen.
Hold on.
I said Walker.
If they run a 3-4, that could be a great pick. If they run a 4-3, it could be a terrible pick. I don't know what they run.
They run a 4-3.
Okay, then no, we're not picking a linebacker.
Yeah.
I'm picking,
Pick
Somebody that pick somebody that can
picking
play
him there.
inside.
I'm picking him there.
It's up to you.
But
If
see,
you're all
they've
in
already-
agreement with
they've
Jalen
already
Walker,
pushed
I will
full-
pick him.
Yeah, because I guess they've
But
already pushed
You
Floyd into
lost
their
so
system.
much.
Floyd is more of a
Floyd,
three-four
because like
linebacker.
Leonard Floyd's playing that position right now, and he's like balls at it because he doesn't have enough freaking. He doesn't have enough anchor at that position. I think Walker would be a better fit in that position than Floyd would be. So they're like, so
I'll
right
pick
now,
him if y'all want him.
in my opinion, it's a panic.
Is he
pick.
playing off the ball? That's the question. If
It's
he's
a
playing
panic.
off the ball, sure. If you're moving him inside, no.
Why
That's
wouldn't
where
he?
I'm at.
What do you mean? Why? I think he'd be better inside. That's what he played in college. Why are we acting like this dude can't play inside linebacker?
Pick him.
I'm picking
Let's go.
him.
No, there we go. Jalen Walker. Let's just make the pick. Move
Okay,
on.
I'll pick him. I'll draft him.
Next, Cowboys.
Will Campbell.
Not Shadur Sanders.
Oh,
Heck
oh.
no.
There's Sanders.
I think if Sanders falls to 12, I think Jerry Jones has a real like, well, I'm gonna take him because he wants him.
Because you know
Dude,
he's
it's
still-
like Dion, dude. Dion would
Get
leave
Dion out of it.
Colorado. He'd be like, "Fuck the extension. I'm coming to Dallas, baby. Let's go."
After next season, he'd be a Cowboy coach for sure.
Dude, that's the plan. That's why they promoted with inside the dude that was scrubbing floors
Yep.
to be their head coach.
Put Sanders at quarterback then. Put him
You
in
want
12.
Shador Sanders?
Hell yeah.
Hell
This
yeah.
is a fantasy draft. Do it.
Who doesn't want Shadur? Come on, the story's writing itself.
Will
Campbell.
Campbell.
Will Campbell here.
Now
Yep.
we can go Will Campbell comfortably.
Yep.
Will
Next.
Campbell here.
Ooh.
Colston
A
Loveland.
lot too.
Ooh.
Colston Loveland.
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
they need a tight end. No, they need a tight. They do need a tight end.
They do.
The amount of
Colston
like
Loveland.
red zone Mo Alley Cox touchdowns I've
You
seen.
can't
Mo
get that
Alley.
no more. Get
Wait.
Ridley Cox out of here. Colston Loveland. I like it.
Mo Cox.
Shamar Stewart.
We going edge here?
Yeah.
Actually, no.
I
Michael
think you
Williams.
have
Michael Williams.
to.
Michael
I
Williams.
really
Michael
like
Williams.
Michael.
Michael
for-
Williams. I
Damn.
forgot he
for,
was on the board. Michael
Falcons.
Williams. Perfect.
I like the way he fits into their defense,
Fine. Yeah.
but it's up to you.
Kenny, fine.
I don't know. I think he's a hometown,
I
right?
do a-
Georgia, Atlanta. He's
Yeah.
hometownish. I can see it. I can see it playing out. I get everything that Connor's saying. I just don't think that that's a Falcons type move. But yeah,
I'm kind of like so for the. Oh wait, we're not. We haven't. My bad. Go ahead.
yeah. Go Williams.
Okay.
Michael.
All right. This is.
This is difficult.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not too like.
I think.
I
Green-
have researched this pick like for hours.
Yeah, and the
Like I've
Cardinals.
seen
will
like
make it.
I've seen
That's
ideas
more
of
than the
wide
Cardinals have
receiver.
done, Connor.
Yeah, you can't tell me the Cardinals know what they're doing right here.
You
They
could
don't.
go
And
so
I think
many different routes.
And that's why I think it's a panic pick, and they go green because they're going to run short on time with the Bengals right on their tail.
You think they go outside or they go inside?
I think they go outside.
I think they go outside, but I don't think they go Mike Green.
Matthew Golden.
You think they go receiver?
Yep.
Kyler Murray just got off like a podcast.
Why would they go Matthew
It
Golden
was
for
talking
Kyler
about how
Murray?
good
Murray?
Michael Wilson was. This is who I originally
Plus,
had.
you still
going
have Harrison there.
to the Cardinals.
I think if you
Jade was
take
on my
receiver-
mind, but I feel like they're gonna prioritize the edge before they go DBs.
Yes.
The
Now
DB
I'm
class
thinking
is
they go
deeper.
inside.
I don't care. You guys pick then, because I actually
But this,
I wouldn't be.
this edge class, this is just this is a project edge.
Yeah.
You draft him. This
Yeah.
is a project
They did
edge.
drop.
That's
draft
why I
a
think-
project.
I think it
Darius
goes to
Robinson they
Green.
drafted last year, and, he
And
was
they
Oh.
just
also
drafted an
project
edge
I
last year.
I know
So
exactly
I think
where
it
I want
only
him to
makes
go.
sense you go inside.
I know exactly where I want him to go. That's what she said.
What?
Shamar Stewart. I know exactly where I want him to go.
Oh well, what are we doing for this pick?
Oh,
Let's go. We can go Derek.
I don't
Harmon.
care. Y'all pick it. I'll give it to you.
Go Harmon.
Going
Go
Jared.
Harmon.
You want to go
Actually-
Harmon?
Yeah.
We're low on time. We got to go. So we'll go Harmon next.
Right here, Shamar Stewart.
Ooh.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it. Go. Next.
Okay.
Next. We gotta go. We gotta
Man,
go.
if Kelvin
Don't
Banks
hate
falls
is
this far,
I
they
know.
might as well draft him.
There we go.
Or
Kellen
Booker,
Banks.
whichever
Next.
one they need first.
Wait, who is it for the Eagles? What?
This is Seahawks.
Banks.
Dude, my
Seahawks.
eyes, bro.
Banks.
Eyes,
Banks.
it's
For
gonna be
sure.
fuck away.
Banks.
Seahawks?
Thanks.
If he's
Oh
falling,
yeah.
yeah.
Why would the Eagles
If he
be
falls
here?
that far, the Seahawks have to take him. They'd be dumb not to.
Malachi Starks.
Jihad Campbell.
I think.
Oh.
Mike Green.
3 days. Let's pick one out of a hat.
Well, what do y'all think?
Mike Green be sick with the freaking Buccaneers.
But you got to think, Levante David is like 36 years old. The guy behind him is like 33 years old. They don't have a guy behind him.
Bro, I don't care.
Well, tell me who you want.
Mike Green is who I want right here.
Do y'all want Mike
Yeah.
Green?
Let's just go Mike Green.
Yeah.
Let's make Bruce happy.
Bruce
is
Let's
like,
spice
no.
it up. Let's
Okay.
spice it up. Let's go
We're
Mike
going
Green.
Mike Green.
I don't think that's the pick, but sure.
I don't
No,
either.
no,
I
no,
think
I
it's
don't
probably
either,
like
but hey, another edge on
bottom
the
of
board.
the totem pole in picks. But
For the Broncos? Yeah.
Bottom of the totem pole.
Matthew Golden.
Okay.
I debated on this pick for
Who's
hours.
their running back? Who are the
I'm
the
thinking of
Broncos
Marion
running back?
Hampton.
So they have Estime. Is that how you pronounce it?
Notre Dame project from
Yeah, and then they have Jaleel McLaughlin too.
I could see them trading.
So they're
out
probably
and-
gonna split.
Oh wait, what's his name? Hold up. Remember his name?
But they were
Amari Hampton.
low. I think they were
No.
22nd in passing offense this year, and they were 20th in rushing. Now it's not that. I looked this up today, so I don't have it written down. That might be not correct, so take that with a grain of salt. But it's very close. Their offensive
Marion
ratings. Oh, Marion
Hampton.
Hampton. Yeah.
I'll
But
go
I don't-
him right here.
I don't know if they go running back. That's the thing.
I'll,
If they go running back, it's because they trade out of the first round.
I don't know. I think
What?
if I
You
know
think you don't
Sean,
think one running
if
back should
I
be drafted
know-
in the first round?
if I know Sean Payton,
You don't
I
know
don't-
Sean Payton.
I don't think he's. I mean, I watched
least
him
the
coach my
Vikings.
team for my entire life. I don't think he goes Amarian Hampton.
That's what I'm saying. I think they would trade out of the first round, and they would either pick up Quinshawn or Henderson.
Yeah, I like
'Cause he
Henderson
likes-
a lot.
I do like
He likes,
Henderson.
he likes beefy backs.
I do
and
like
I
Henderson.
think that would be Henderson outside the first. As much as I want Henderson to go in the first, I think the Broncos would trade out, pick him up early in the second, maybe the third.
I do
So
like
who we
Henderson,
going
Who
with?
trades up?
but I'd rather have.
No, we can keep it as is right now. I'm just saying, like logistically on
Yeah,
draft.
Matthew
2
Golden.
minutes. Let's go.
Matthew Golden.
Matthew Golden,
Sure.
Steelers.
Jackson Dart.
Oh my god.
Yes! I didn't have to say it this time.
No. Oh,
Yes!
it's terrible. That makes my stomach churn.
I didn't have to say it. That's the best part.
Jackson fart over
John
here.
A. Barron.
Bust.
Actually, Kenneth
I
Grant.
like Jadae Barron. You think
Yeah,
they go?
I like
Jadae
Barron. I like Barron at
Word.
22
I'm
with
down.
the Chargers.
Word.
Yeah, right here. Okay, I don't
Either-
know
yeah.
about that pick because I have no idea about the Chargers. But
All right.
That's kind of the point.
We,
They're
let's
struggling.
help. Let's help.
Jihad Campbell.
Jahad Campbell.
No, I was gonna say receiver.
No, they don't draft a receiver.
I know. I
Nah,
keep
we're not
forgetting.
doing that. Jahad Campbell.
Don't you dare put a Mecca in there either. I'll be pissed.
We going Jihad.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah. Go. Move. Next.
Malachi Starks.
Oh, they would be
All day.
It makes
yes.
sense.
Oh,
All
yeah.
day.
It makes sense.
All day.
They would cream
Texas
Okay.
need tackle.
Tyler Booker.
No.
Yeah, I'd be okay
Wait,
with
listen,
Booker.
listen.
I'd go Josh
Or,
Simmons.
or Simmons.
Amika Egbuka.
Oh,
Pairing with
Think
CJ.
about it.
Pairing with
Think
CJ.
about it. Think
Yeah.
about it. I know y'all are
Yeah.
talking about linemen, and the reason they have this lineman is because their roster is so good right now. That's like literally the only needs they have. They could afford to go wide receiver.
what pick
round
do they
one.
have in the second round? Because there'll probably still be some linemen left in the second too.
They're rare.
I mean, probably
Do they
around
have-
25
yeah.
too.
Okay,
If I had to
so
guess.
So you mean 50,
I would take
Alright.
Ibuka
48, or
So it's up to y'all.
52?
I really like Egbuka.
57. Yeah,
If
yeah.
I
Is it
do it-
Take
57?
Ibuka now, and then at 57, there's still going to be some linemen there because it's a deep class at linemen. Even if you need a
Alright.
project lineman. Oof.
I thought about this pick, and I think they go corner.
I was about to say same.
But I looked at the corners, and this guy's NFL comp is Benjamin St. Just.
Would they go Milrow though as a project quarterback?
Oh, I hope not. I wouldn't touch him with the 7th round pick.
I know, but
No,
I'm saying
dude,
as a
he's
project for
terrible.
Stafford,
Oh man,
because
I
Stafford
don't
isn't going to be
know.
around forever.
Stafford and Jimmy
Maxwell-
G.
Jalen Milrow's not a first rounder, guys.
Hey, what do you think about Maxwell Harris?
I didn't say it was a smart move. I just said it was a move.
I don't mind it, Bruce. I
I don't-
compared them today, and Maxwell
No.
Harrison is a lot smaller,
I know.
and he's not as
quick
big.
He's quick as shit, dude.
He's quick, but he's a
Benjamin
lot
Morrison?
smaller, and his hands aren't as good. Then
Benjamin
guy.
Morrison?
the last time the Rams took a corner in round 1, I think, was 2006. They took Ty Hill out of Clemson.
I gotta look at the roster. I looked at the
I'm-
roster.
I'm
I
good with
think you go corner here.
any DB here. I'm good with.
Let's go corner. I don't give a shit. Get the best available corner.
This is best available.
Let's go.
Good.
Down.
That's fine.
Who has been falling out of the first round in a lot of people's mocks.
This is an interesting pick.
Here we go.
Oh, wait. You probably go Booker here.
Tyler Booker's here. Make it easy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nick Scoten.
Really?
Lions?
Yes. Think about it. What ruined their playoff chance or going further in the playoffs this year?
Not having a pass rush?
Exactly.
Yeah, but you should be getting.
Exactly.
Who's the Boston College guy?
Donovan
Ezraku.
Ezraku, yeah.
I like him a lot.
I really like Maxwell
I'll
Harris
pick him.
here.
Shoot, if y'all like Ezraku, I'll pick him.
Sure.
I like Ezraku.
All right, we'll
Kenny,
pick old Ezraku.
Any thoughts?
All right,
I'm okay with it.
hear me
I
out.
definitely don't think they were going
Hear
for the
me out.
Texas A&M kid.
Hear me out.
Martin Hampton, the split reps with
Hear me out.
Brian Robinson Jr.
Come on. Their leading rusher was Jaden Daniels with 480 yards last year. You're not.
I'll be honest with you. I do not give a shit right now about the Commanders after I saw freaking Jaden Daniels bring a freaking picture of the Hail Mary to the Louvre. So whatever the Commanders do here, I do not give a shit. So I'll let you guys pick. You
Hey,
saw
but
that,
the-
Kenny?
Yeah, but we deserve it, so I'm okay with
Whatever.
it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I think Hampton's a
Uh,
good one here. We'll talk about that after the show.
Hampton.
Eamon Warrior could be a fun pick, but I'm cool with Hampton.
All right. Hear me out.
Listening. Kenneth Grant? Yep.
We're already 3 over. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's up to y'all. I know Kenny don't like it.
Walter
but
Nolan? Go
I don't
different
know.
tackle?
I don't think Walter Nolan fits here. That's why I like Kenneth Grant for
Okay,
Buffalo.
I'd go-
But I'll
I'd
take
go
Nolan
Williams.
if you want to.
I'd go
What
Tyler
about-
Williams.
How about a
but-
corner? How about a corner here?
Of course, you'd go Tyreek Williams. Look at where he played.
He's smirking down there. He knows what he's saying.
You said corner, Bruce.
I did say corner.
I don't think you have many good options here. I think you
Yeah,
gotta go like
I
a
think
guy
Morrison
that's.
And you have Benjamin Morrison.
I think he
You
gets
could go
burned.
Eamon Warrior and try to play him in the slot.
I had him getting Eamon Warrior the first 2 mock drafts.
don't
I
know.
think.
I'd go Williams.
Yeah, all right.
He'll stop up the gap. He'll stop the A gap up real nice. But
Their D tackles are old as
They are.
nuts.
Take whoever.
Just
Take
pick.
whoever.
Just pick. I'd like to say good night to my daughter tonight.
You got the mouse, Connor. Go for it. Yeah, do you?
Word.
That's just who I have him taking.
Walter Nolan here.
I like this pick.
I
If I'm
hate
the
that
Chiefs.
pick because
I
I
hate
don't
that
want the
pick.
Chiefs to be good, but cool.
But-
We can go with it.
That's who they're gonna
Sure.
take.
They
All
are.
right.
That's the
Hey, real quick. I just saw Tanner's comment, Couch Bruce. That shit's funny as hell.
It's a couch Bruce. All right. I think there's really only one option here.
It's Walter Nolan.
Imagine a defensive line full of Georgia Bulldogs and then Walter Nolan.
We get made fun of so much, but you know what? I
You
like
just
it.
lost Milton Williams.
You did.
Sure.
I think this
You-
is the
you need
best pick.
All right, what we got?
Bang.
Run it.
Bang. Bang. Look at us go.
All right, Connor.
Yes,
do me a
sir.
huge favor. Let's post that on our what you call it on our on Twitter.
Twitter,
Right.
social medias, all that stuff, you know.
All of it. Run it. and then-
Yeah.
Looks
And
like I'm
we'll
getting a
do-
new Texans jersey. All right.
Yeah. You heard it here first, y'all.
And then post it on our socials. All right, ladies and gentlemen, obviously first. Thank you guys so much. We may disagree on some of our picks, Kenny, but
Not my head yet.
It's hard watching so many Wolverines go off that board, but whatever.
Silently can start the
I love
A-gap.
it. But for Cy, Connor, and Kenny, I am Coach Bruce. This is Third Down Thursdays. We represented TDT Media. Listen, we're going to save it for next week, but Connor's already running on the scroll. We will be representing TDT Media next week or 2 weeks from now at Lambeau Field. Third Down Thursdays, TDT Media will be there live in person at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'll be wearing a Chicago Bears jersey. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. Won't do that. But
Do it.
in all seriousness, thank you, NFL. Appreciate you guys. Once again, thank you all for all of this. And we'll let you know who's coming with us because we could have some surprises. We don't know. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, for Cy, Connor, and Coach Kenny, I am Coach Bruce. This is Third Down Thursdays. Thank you all so much. Let's have some fun. Commercial. And that was the best commercial in podcast history. Connor, how you doing? Cy, you good? Kenny?
Woo!